This is the perfect RIA, in case you didn't know. Bringing you all the strategies to help your business grow. Are you happy? Are you satisfied? Are you hanging on the edge of your seat? Sit back and listen in while you feel the beat, yeah. Another myth bites the dust.
Hello, TPR Nation. This is Amber Kuhn from The Perfect RIA. Thank you for joining me on today's Follow-Up Friday. I have some exciting announcements to share with you today, so make sure you listen till the end of today's episode. On Monday, Matt was joined by a special guest from Scotland, David Gow, whom Matt met in the UK when he was speaking at the CISI conference. What drew Matt to David was a question that he asked at the end of every meeting, and it was something that Matt wasn't asking. Matt and David talked about how while rules for financial advisors differ from place to place, your clients are still human and advisors are still human. David said that at some point in your career, you end up having this enlightenment. For his moment, he was having a client meeting, and his client said he was going to share something that he hadn't even shared with his wife. It was this moment that David realized he's not just a financial planner. He's a trusted advisor, someone who's taking their client's future and helping them through financial planning. But he said your clients are also sharing both the best and the worst things that are happening in their lives. David said that advisors can easily get into routine and habits with going through the motions with processes with their clients, but you need to also be doing self-reflection. And this is something that he teaches all the advisors that he's trained. So after the profound moments that he was having with clients, he started analyzing data to see how he could add more value. And then from there, he was sending out surveys to pull data, and he noticed the comments he was getting back from clients. He decided to simplify them and broke it down into 4 categories. And that was based on how his clients perceive him or him adding value. The categories were progress towards their goals, a sense of security, investment returns, and the knowledge of personal situations. He then took that and compared it to their relationship over time. And what he realized was the most important things to clients over time was knowledge of their situations and getting to know them and having a sense of security. David believes that a good financial planner is correlated to the power of their questions and integrating that with your knowledge. And part of that is knowing when to ask questions and when just to be quiet and let someone speak. He said you need to understand the relationship with the client. They want to feel like they're unique, but they also want to know and feel that they aren't alone. David said with his clients, he'll also say to them, I'm sorry, but I'm not just your financial planner. I'm here to challenge you with your life and help you live your best life. And he said that he then might ask some difficult questions. One of the things that impressed Matt the most with David was an empathetic and difficult question that he asked at the end of every meeting. And that's, how do you feel? And depending on how the meeting is going, he'll ask about different things. So it could be, how do you feel about the meeting or your finances or your life? And then he sits back and listens. He's genuinely interested in what they have to say and what they're feeling. So he's looking for all those emotions, and then afterwards he records the phrases that they've said, and he uses those as an anchor in the future for future meetings. David said you need to think about the end goal, and that if you look back at client relationships, they won't always remember what you've done, but they'll remember how you made them feel. This is all about making a great client experience and building that connection with your clients. Let's get into action items. Take your next 5 meetings and ask the how do you feel question at the end of that meeting. And then write down what they say and pay attention to how your clients react when you ask them. On Thursday, Jamie was talking about ways that Surge can fail. She said that there are people out there who claim that they've tried Surge and they said that it didn't work or that Surge is only about taking more time out of the office. Now, does it allow you to take more time? Yes. But she said Surge is about being hyper intentional about meetings with clients when it makes the most sense in their lives. Now, Jamie shared in last week's episode what they have determined after years of doing this. What is the perfect Surge schedule and what are those dates? And that's all of March and half of April, and then all of October and half of November. And then they have mini surges between May and September, which are 1 week per month where they're meeting with clients. Now, come August and September, they've already finalized the dates for next year's surge. So where things can start to go wrong with this is the first thing, if you set your surge dates and then you change it, those should be set and you should not change them, even if you then find a conference that you want to attend, because if you don't commit to those dates and you choose to change it, then what if someone else on your team comes to ask if dates can be changed because of something they want to do? Jamie said that you owe it to your family, your team, and your clients to be consistent with your surge dates. So once you have those big surge dates in the spring and the fall, those dates then become set in stone. your rules around Surge need to apply to everyone. Now, as you've heard Jamie, Matt, and Micah share constantly, Surge is super focused. You're constantly in meetings with your clients, and Jamie said that it's possible for you to be fatigued when you come out of Surge. And one of those reasons is if you're overcommitting during Surge. Because when you set your schedule for meetings with the clients, that's not the only part. You need your entire family on board. So this means that outside of your meetings or in Surge, you need to be focused on your recovery. Jamie said that if you don't recover, you won't make it through Surge. Now, another way that Surge can go wrong is if you don't have buffer days scheduled. Now, these aren't meeting days for appointments, but instead it's time to finish your work or be available for your team. And then after that time, you need to have time and room to decompress because you're still coming off of that high from Surge during those buffer days. And doing this will allow you to be in the right spot with your family. And another reason for the buffer days is to stop creating work for team members and give them the space to finish their work. The last way Jamie said that Surge can fail is if you don't do an after action report. So make sure you're meeting with your team after Surge to see what went well and what didn't. But during Surge, she said, don't change anything. Let's get into action items. Make sure you set your Surge schedule a year in advance, and once it's set, you can't change it. Don't overcommit during Surge, and that might mean delegating more things, less social time, but you need that time outside of meetings to recover. Schedule buffer days once Surge ends where you can complete your work and allow your team access to you and for them to complete their work as well. And then make sure that you do an after action report once Surge ends. All right, TPR listeners, I have two amazing things to share with you. First, TPR Live is back this year, and Matt and Micah are ready for a full day in person with you on September 25th in Arizona. And if you're looking for even more, stay for 2 more days for the second annual Retirement Tax Services Tax Summit. Registration is open now. Visit theperfectRE.com/live. And if you're looking for more virtual training, we just released our latest masterclass on hiring a junior advisor. Visit theperfectRE.com/junior advisor to learn more and sign up. That wraps up this week's recap. Thank you for joining me, and please share this or any of our episodes with another advisor or team member who you think might benefit from listening. And until next time, happy planning.
Hold on before we go. Something that you need to know. This isn't tax, legal, or investment advice. That isn't our intent. Information designed to change lives. Financial planning can make you thrive. Start today, don't think twice. Be a better husband, father, mother, and wife. The perfect RIA, the perfect RIA.